First of all, I want to welcome you and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope this next half hour or so will be fun and informative. And to start with, we're going to show a video I made that gives you just a brief introduction about just what I'm going to be doing. So, Solomon, I'll turn it over to you for the video. Are you wondering about retirement? Thinking about what it's going to look like for you? Maybe you're uncertain, vague about all of that. Retirement's a big thing. Maybe you're even a little fearful. I'm Pauline Field, and I make retirement easy. There are 3 phases of retirement, and the first one you start right now. It's about planning for retirement. And there's 3 critical factors within that planning. The 3 F's: finances, fulfillment, and fun. Finances, pretty self-explanatory. It's how are you going to fund your retirement? Will you have enough money? When can you retire? All those kind of questions. Fulfillment. What are you going to do for the next 20 to 30 years? For the last 20 to 30 years, you've known what to do every day. You go to work. Now you have to think about what you're going to do after you retire. And fun. Fun usually involves people, so you got to create a tribe in retirement, which will be different. Sometimes it can be challenging, but if you know how, it can be easy. The second phase of retirement is when you've had the party, the balloons have gone off, you've eaten the cake, and the next morning you don't have to get up. Not to an alarm anyway. And you haven't got to get suited up to go into a meeting, whether it's online or in person. No, the time's yours. You can take a nap in the afternoon if you want to. A lot of fun, that phase. After that is the third phase. This is where you really look at what's your purpose. Maybe it's taking care of the grandkids, traveling, doing all those bucket list things. But maybe you love your work and you don't want to give it up altogether. Well, retirement and work are not necessarily mutually exclusive. If you want to give up work, fine, but you don't have to. Figure out which part of work do you like and how much time you want to spend on it. So reconfigure work. Add in the things that you also really want in your life, in your retirement life. And there you have it. You have got a rhythm that you can look forward to that's going to make you smile, that will make you, really feel joyful and have gratitude. And you get all of this when you plan, so that you can go through these phases and do them well and have a wonderful, ideal retirement that's designed by you, for you. So all of this is a lot to do, and you need some help. That's where I come in. I will work with you. I will partner with you. I will guide you. I will coach you so that it is actually easy. So you ready to learn more? Great. Hit the book now button and fill out the questionnaire so I get to know about you. Then schedule your one-on-one session with me, and that first session is always free. And we're off. So here's to your future. Okay, so that gives you a very brief introduction, and thank you. And now, if we'll bring up, I've got some slides here. Can everybody see that? So I'm just going to talk you through really what this is all about. So Coach for Women is the name of the business, and it's, whoops, oh, there we go. So it's about retirement made easy, and it's more than just about the money, a whole lot more. So I think you all know me, but some people that will watch this later don't know who I am. And I am retired, and I'm working. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive. So there's a whole lot to think about in order to have a really happy retirement. But first, what does retirement mean to you? So those of you that are here, if you would just unmute yourself and tell me one or two things, just very briefly. What does retirement mean to you? Anyone? Yeah, Ellen.
Well, I'm 69, and when I hear the word retirement, I'm like, what? Me? Heck no! I have always been entrepreneurial, and I still am. I have several projects going at any given time, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Great. Thanks. Anyone else have anything to say about what you feel like, or what do you think about when you think about retirement, whether you're retired or not?
Hi, Pauline. This is Holly.
Yeah.
I'm also 69 years old and recently retired. But as Ellen, I just wasn't really, I just wanted to continue, to, do the work that I had done in the past, but I wanted to do it differently. And the one thing I really like about retirement is being able to get up in the morning, go get my cup of coffee, and go back to bed.
I love it.
So scheduling my own time it's just invaluable to me.
Love it.
So anyway, thank you.
Love it. Yes. All right. So as you heard on the introductory video, there are 3 phases to retirement. So the first phase is the planning phase. And a lot of people skip this. And that's too bad. And that's when people end up, somewhere in their retirement life saying, now what? And they're just not happy with it because they didn't do all the planning. So the honeymoon phase is that phase when, you've just started to be retired and it's just wonderful. It feels so free and liberating and time to have fun and so on. And it's just the best. But it doesn't last forever. So, then comes what I call the settling in phase. Once you've been through that and it's like, okay, now I've got all these years, which is, one day and another week and another month, and so it goes. And now what do I do? So there's, as I think I've mentioned, I've been retired 3 times. So I've made some mistakes, and I've learned some things about what it takes to have a successful retirement. Plus, I've talked to a lot of people and done quite a bit of reading at this point. So the one thing that everybody thinks of with retirement is the money. And that's it's very important. You've got to have your finances set. Otherwise, if you just say, okay, I'm done, I'm going to quit, and you haven't thought about it, then you're probably not going to be, not going to have a lot of peace of mind. So finances really are very important. So I don't want to underplay that. but it's definitely not the only thing. Fulfillment. What are you going to do? When you've worked your whole life, there's been a purpose, a reason to get up in the morning. You get to feel good about what you do most of the time. And you know the structure of your life, the order of things. But when you're retired, all that changes. So what's going to be in its place? And that perhaps is the biggest question that needs to be answered. Family and friends. The people that you interact with now at work are not going to be the same people you're going to be interacting with once you're retired. So who are they going to be? Do you have family around? Some people do. They're very lucky, and they have kids, they have grandkids, they have cousins, they have brothers and sisters, and so on. So they're set. But there's plenty of other people who don't. And so building your community of friends is so important. And for some people, if they haven't had to do that, it can seem like a major challenge. But it's actually not that hard once you know how to do it. Fitness. I have to put that in because if you don't take care of the body, it's not going to take care of you. So you got to do what it takes to be able to do everything that you want to do. And last but definitely not least is you got to have fun. This is the time when you get to decide what you want to do with your life. And if it's not fun, why do it? Look at what else you can do so that you are having fun. So we're going to take a minute now and hear from some people who are experts about retirement. And so we're going to hear from Bear Rose, who is happily retired. We're going to hear from Barry Simon, who's a financial professional, somebody we all need to know. Holly is going to talk about, just jumping in. And Ellen is going to tell you that, heck, retiring, why would she want to do that? So, Bear Rose, let's hear from you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bear Rose Irani, and I'm happily retired, as Pauline mentioned, for the last 5 years. This will be my 6th year. And I live in a beautiful retirement community. I'm Pauline's neighbor, by the way. And also, I do a lot of traveling. I do some fun things. And I also do volunteer work. I play mahjong, which is also keeping me, it's part of my fitness routine to keep the mental health going. And I'm very happy with the way my life is. And I have family, I have friends, I have a community, and it's all good. So I'm very happy where I am.
Thanks, Bear Rose. Okay, next is Barry.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much, Pauline, for including me. And hello, Ellen. Nice to see you. And so I am a financial advisor. I'm definitely not retired. I love what I do, and I'm 71 years old. As Pauline says, retiring is about a whole lot more than money. And yet, as Pauline mentioned, the planning aspect of it, the financial planning aspect of it is very important and definitely contributes to your peace of mind going forward in retirement as you approach retirement or in retirement.
Yeah.
Happy
Great.
to elaborate anytime.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you. Okay, Holly.
Hi, thank you, Pauline, for asking me to share some of my story here. As I mentioned before, I'm 69 years old. I retired about 2 years ago, and I took a little bit of time off. But at the same time, when I was planning my retirement, I was thinking about what is it do I want to do next? Am I really ready to let go? And Pauline really helped me. I can't tell you how much that she helped me to kind of strategize, think about what my next steps were going to be. And where I landed was I wanted to continue to be a consultant in the healthcare space, and have been very successful in doing that. But I would do it part-time. I have my own hours. I work from home remotely. So it was kind of starting to think about the things that as Pauline was saying, what is it that I liked about my job? Okay, what about the work, and what is it I don't like about the work? And but that whole process was really tough. And Pauline's coaching along the way, her guidance, asking the right questions, which I didn't even know what questions I should be asking and thinking about. And I just wouldn't have been able to do it without you, Pauline. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Holly. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing so well. And Ellen, tell us why you're not retiring.
Well, I happen to be in a profession that I don't need to retire because I'm a writer. And there's always need for writing and writing content. And so I'm a writing coach. I have a weekly column that I write about. And some of the things I write about are pertinent to people who are retired and all over the place. So I have an evergreen profession, and I like it a lot.
That's great. Yeah, so with these few people, I wanted to give you the perspective, the various perspectives, and there are a whole lot more. This is just a few. That, retirement is a design that you make for yourself. There's no right way or wrong way. So what Coach for Women offers is personal coaching to create the ideal plan, and it's 100% customized. We also are going to be starting Feisty and Fearless over 50 groups for people who maybe don't want to or are not ready to take on one-on-one personal coaching, but they want to, join in with some other folks and talk about it in that kind of a setting. And then also I'll be starting Feisty and Fearless over 50 podcasts, where I will be interviewing a lot of different people, both experts like Barry, but also others who are looking to retire or who have retired, who have done it well, and those who have made a lot of mistakes and have advice from that way. So those are the things that are coming. And so if you want to know more, just, add your name to the chat, and I will definitely follow up. And there's one more thing that we have to do before we pop the champagne cork, and that is to choose who won the drawing for this, which is it's a poster of 100 different places to scratch off for your bucket list. So it looks like a lot of fun. It's got some great places. So the other Barry, my husband, is going to pull out the name from the basket. So I don't know if we can get him on screen. Or...
Yeah.
He's there.
Oh, he's on the screen?
There he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Barry. So shake him up and pull one out. And okay. Let's see. Who do we have? Susan Boyd. So she didn't make it tonight, and I think that there was probably some technical issues because there were several people that didn't make it, but that's all right. So we'll get get this prize to Susan. So congratulations. And actually, there is one other thing before we do the champagne that I forgot to do, is just to ask if any of you have any questions. Okay, Barry, yes.
Well, not so much a question, but perhaps just a point for people that are listening to consider is that whether you're looking to actually retire from a career or not, as I don't ever plan to retire, but nonetheless, that idea of what to do after age 65 or 70 for those next 30 years is going to be something that whether you're retired officially or not, you'll probably be pondering to some extent. And so the idea of having a coach, as Pauline was mentioning, and what that can offer, and interviewing other people, whether it be somebody like myself in the financial services area or an attorney for your trust services and a will, those are important areas to be considering whether you're actually retiring or not. I just want to thank Pauline for the opportunity to be with you all today. So that's what I wanted to share.
Good point. Good point. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, I think it's time. So instead of cutting a ribbon, here we go. We're going to pop the champagne. Well, actually, it's Prosecco, but, it's good enough. Bubbly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There's that.
There you go.
And
Ooh, baby.
hey,
Whoa,
nice
that was
pop.
good.
Okay. And some good sound effects
Yes,
there
a
from
really good
Solomon.
sound.
That looks very good.
I wish I could put some through the screen.
You
Salute,
guys could
eh?
you guys could have a oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody. And here you go.
Cheers.
Yep.
Cheers, Coach for Women.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Coach for Women.
Okay. So we are officially launched.
Well, that's fantastic.
So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And if anybody you know that might be interested, we will have this on the website.